Well, hello there. Welcome. Welcome to episode 2 of the Moss-Cast, presented by myself, Jinz Moss. Oh, I've had a weird few days. I've had a really weird few fucking days, man. Um, yeah, still sober, so yeah, it's like moving in the right direction. Fucking hell, man. Some of the fucking dreams I've been having are whoo fucking out there. I had a dream that I shit the bath. And that was that I mean that I don't know if that was the whole dream or whether I can't remember before or after, but I remember being in the bath in the dream and then shit in the bath. And yeah. I mean, what does that mean? What does that mean? They say dreams mean things. What the fuck does shit in the bath mean? Does that mean I'm wallowing in my own shit or something like that? What the fuck does that mean? And I had a fucking wet dream as well. I'm 30 years old. Ugh. What is going on? And you know what? The wet dream, it wasn't sex. It wasn't about sex. This is the weirdest shit. I wouldn't have, to be honest, if it was a normal wet dream, I wouldn't even bring it up. Because that would be, whatever. Like, that would still be weird. I feel like that'd still be weird at my age, but, isn't that just something 14-year-olds do? It wasn't even a sex dream. I was getting carried out of a 7-Eleven by, like, some big lumberjack woman. And then it was like a fucking, her shoulder was just a shoulder. I was getting carried out. I don't know why I was getting carried out. I might have been getting thrown out of this 7-Eleven by this fucking lumberjack woman. And then it was like a bed up on her shoulder. And I just came on her shoulder. I was not attracted. It was just really comfortable. I came out of comfortability. And I woke up and I was fucking had jizz on me, man. Fucking hell. I tried to record this podcast yesterday and got 4 minutes in and lost my shit. Just lost it. Screaming into pillows. Had to do 1,000 press-ups just to get my head straight. Tried again this morning. Same thing happened. Just lost my shit. And then just fell asleep watching some fucking Vice documentary about Iran. And and then woke up and remembered all these fucking fucked up dreams. I didn't just have the wet dream, by the way. That was like I'm not gonna come in all sticky. Oh fuck. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I thought of a few things. I didn't think I wanted. I hadn't planned on speaking about those things, but the the spermy dream was so funny to me. After it was really weird. I didn't laugh when I woke up. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck, man!" But like after like looking back on it now, it's like, yeah, it's pretty funny. But I was thinking about the monkey. I've been thinking a lot about monkey see, monkey do. I haven't thought that much about it. I had a bit of a think about it. How it's so easy to look at what's going on in other people's lives, and what things, what they're doing. Like, oh, mate, he's drinking, mate, he's smoking, and his fucking life's going mellow. Why can't I fucking drink and smoke? Well, you're not the same person. You are your own monkey. You can't be fucking gawking at other people's bananas, wondering why he eats green bananas, eats plantains and his life's working out. And like, what? I've got to eat these fucking mushy brown ones or whatever. That's how it feels, and it feels like, what? I've got to eat mushy brown bananas, and that's how my life's got. Nah, that's not how it is. Pretty negative view on things, but it's just like, yeah, just looking at other people and thinking about, it's just like, you've got to be your own person. You got to live your own life according to what you need to do. You can't live your life based on other people's lives. And there's also even, this podcast. Do you know I nearly made a podcast? I didn't nearly make a podcast, but there was talks between me and my friends of me making a podcast called the Straight White Male Podcast. Do you know how fucking bad that would have been? Do you know how shit that would have been to have to put every one of my thoughts out through that brand? And that was a monkey say, monkey do thing. Do you know why? Because I made up some jingle, not intended for a podcast, just singing along, just making some bullshit up. So I made this jingle up. I'll sing it. It goes, what was it? I'm a straight white male, yeah, I'm straight and white. If I'm sucking on a dick, don't tell my wife. Everything I want, I'ma get it today. And that's just because I'm white male and straight. Great jingle. Hilarious. It's talking about sort of white guys suppressing homosexuality and fucking basically getting everything and being a super privileged. Yeah. Funny. Very funny. Not what I want to do as a podcast. Not how I want to do a podcast. And I seriously considered it because people around me were going, oh, yeah, no. And they were only trying to encourage me. There's no malicious, we'll stitch him up. Like, there's none of that. They were just trying to encourage me to do something. But they don't know what it's... they haven't seen the world through my eyes. I'm not emotionally resilient enough to put up with all the bullshit that would 100% come with calling a podcast that. I'm so glad this is the Moss-Cast. Do you know what? And that's the thing. I'm so glad this is the Moss-Cast. And do you know what? What would have I affectionately called all the people from in the Straight White Male Podcast? What would have I affectionately called my listeners to that podcast? God. What? What the fuck would I have called them? I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to spitball on that one. But do you know what my listeners are called on the Moss-Cast? You're my little Rolling Stones. You're my little Rolling Stones, man. That's sick. And do you know why? Do you know why that all fell into place? Because I just stuck to what I didn't do, what people around me were encouraging me to do. Encouragement, it was all coming from a good place, but I stuck to, I knew that was not right for me. And I didn't want to do that. I never wanted to put anything out under that fucking crazy branding. Fuck me, what am I, the Tom McDonald of fucking podcasts? Do you know what I mean? Fuck! Hell no! Hell motherfucking no. Jesus. Let's talk about I mean, I've been so fucking up and down, and I'm talking to mates that know stuff about health and like what goes on inside your body after you've been battering it with all sorts of things for years and years, and the processes that come after that to replenish your body back to some sort of harmonious state. And it drew me to like the thing of your body is a temple, it drew me to that. Like, I thought, I guess that, so this is where now I've got to start treating my body like a temple. And if I'm honest, if I've got to start treating it like a temple, I feel like I've been treating it like a bit of a warehouse rave. for the last for however long, and there's tramps. I feel like there's tramps standing around a fucking burning bin in there. I feel like there's condoms on the floor, used Johnnies on the floor. You know, fucking syringes knocking around, a little fucking three-legged dog running around with one eye, pissing on everything. You know, there's the fucking stragglers left at the party who don't want to leave. And I'm fucking trying to shoo all these fucking people and things out of my fucking body. And they don't want to leave. So they're putting up a bit. So and that's a sort of, yeah, that's I guess a very descriptive and over fucking exaggerated metaphor for cleaning out the biofilm in your stomach, which is like all the fucking and not only that, just fucking, I mean, there must be tons of shit going on brain wise as well. It's not just body wise, brain wise, but yeah, it's like I'm the guy coming in like, come on, everyone out now, come on, fucking the party's over. Like, nah, man. They're all still sitting on the floor, skinning up joints. Nah, man, party goes on. No, it doesn't. It's over. Get out. Fuck off. It's done. It's fucking done. Suppose I should get on to some headlines. What have we got for the headlines this week? I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing. I'm sort of finding my feet with it a little bit, so I don't really... And yeah, with the current state I'm in, there's no promises. But I will continue doing them. That's one promise, and I've made that promise to myself. So they will keep coming, but we just don't... These will keep appearing, but I just don't know how regular. So what have we got? We've got... where was this from? I think this is from The Independent again, and this is a story from the US, from Colorado, and where's the story? Yeah, so man arrested after accidentally depositing 2 bags of cocaine at the bank. That's a really gutting thing, because turns out the guy got arrested and the money didn't go in the bank. So I assume that he was like, had the money and the fucking gear and was probably going to drop the fucking gear at the bank, drop the money at the bank, bam, check that balance on his phone, whatever, 20 minutes later, son, 20 G's, and then go and hoof up the gear to celebrate. I'm putting that story, that's me, I'm putting that story on there, that's not what he said, but if I'm thinking about going and putting the money in the bank and I've got cocaine there, in a long version of me a way ago, maybe that would have been my prerogative. And he gets to do none of that. He goes straight to jail. And yeah, I guess he wasn't very present. He wasn't consciously depositing his money. He should be thinking a conscious deposit of cash. Do you know how annoying that voice is? Do you know how annoying that voice is? Used by the wrong person. That voice is yeah, it's one of the most grating things. You know the voice I'm talking about, don't you? The center yourself and calm. I feel like that voice, I feel like there's some yoga teachers and some like meditation people that I feel like there's some people that have like grounded themselves or whatever, and their voice just sort of naturally sort of moves into this like calmer area. And then there's some that have maybe that have done the course for 6 months, and they're just like, fuck, all these other people have got this sort of calm cadence going on, and I better get my shimmy on, and because I'm going to be taking classes soon, I need to speak all Fuck off! Fuck off! That was a weird lead on from a guy getting caught nabbed with bags of bugle in his cash when he deposited it. But yeah, it's just tangents to tangents. We've got another headline where it says the Queen congratulates Boris Johnson on birth of son. Yeah. I mean, when I saw that, I mean, let me put it like this. Great. It's a great thing for anyone to be having a child for them. You know, it's like, I'm sure Boris Johnson and his wife are dead happy with a kid, and it's probably like an immense day for them and all that. But in my sort of jaded, beady, angry little eyes, I saw it as monarchy congratulates government for circle jerk. That's all I read. That's to me, that was the same headline, and I know that's out of line, because he is still human, you know, and it's not really the attitude to have, you know, spread the love and stuff. But yeah, at the time when I read the headline, I just saw Queen stands on head, pisses in own mouth, Boris Johnson sat on chair adjacent, applauds. Do you know what I mean? That's all I read. That's all I could say. That's all I could see when I saw that headline was I won't do another one. I'm not going to keep going with that. I'm not going to keep going with that because I don't know I'm putting these up on Spotify, and God knows who's going to fucking listen to this. And but by the way, this is all still partly performance. Like, this is like, if there's anyone who wants to get all keyboard warrior on it and start fucking and start blogging and trying to get me up on the crucifix, I'll layer this with a disclaimer of this is partly performance. This is bullet pointed headlines with a knobhead trying to fucking make something funny out of them. These aren't well thought out gospel truth theories. These aren't published. These aren't published and put in the libraries for the kids to read. All right. So fucking calm down if you find any of it too offensive. What else have we got here? I know we have one more headline. Oh yeah. It's another COVID-19 related one. The sale of sex toys has tripled in New Zealand since the lockdown, and the most sold items have been lubricant, condoms. Fuck, I was supposed to look at what. If anyone could tell me what menstrual cups are, don't know what that is. I was supposed to look that up before I did this podcast because I thought that to me that word's funny as hell. Those two words together, menstrual cups. That sounds like a cup that like someone would drink fucking period blood out of. Oh my god, why did I go there? I see. This is why I should have looked it up. This is why I should have looked it up because I left it to my fucking brain to come up with something. I should have fucking yeah. All right. Well, someone can tell me what they are. And adult board games, which I guess is like, what the fuck? What, roll a 4 and you got to suck me off or what? Like, oh man, go straight to jail where I've got, I don't know, what happens in jail? You just fucking eating your partner out for a fucking hour and a half or something like that. I don't know. What is it? Suck a nipple, I guess. Yeah, like land on chance, suck a nipple. Like, how do you complete that game? Like, who wins? I guess it just ends cum everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, adult board games. How many players? Is that a swingers thing? I don't know. But just the fact that I've never even thought that they existed. I mean, of course they fucking do. I mean, I spotted something the other week called dildos, and that's just a drill with a dildo on it. So adult board games fucking exist. fuck's sake. And yeah, these are all deemed essentials as well, by the way. It's all deemed essential. Good to see where the priorities lie. I mean, I can't get hold of any equipment to record this, but you can get fucking adult board games like Macaulay or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? That's fine. Absolutely essential. Well done. Great decision. Oh, and sex toy cleaner. That was another thing. That was the last thing on the list that got bought a lot. So at least everyone sort of sticking to the rules. Yeah, make sure you fucking spray the fucking. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you wash your hands after. Make sure you fucking clean the board. Fucking hell. That is weird. That's fucking weird. That is so fucking weird. Also, right, so from the last episode, I don't want to fucking brag or anything. From the last episode, I have had like one buddy of mine who wants to clean their act up. They wanna stop doing something that they've been doing, and sort of get a bit sober. And I don't want to say that it was absolutely inspired by the podcast and that this is gonna change their life and blah 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 and that. It's But he, the person did say to me, like, you were right in what you were saying on the podcast. So it's like, I can already see, like, it's sparked possible help in one person, and that's one episode. And I was fucking pretty happy about that, because that's not. Do you know what? I never set out to be. When I was thinking of doing a podcast, I was like, I'm going to be doing fucking jokes. It's just going to be like fucking bam, bam, bam. I'm going to make this the funniest shit ever. It just so happens that when I finally got my act around to doing this thing, that I was getting sober. And obviously I'm going to talk about what's going on. I'm going to talk about what's going on in my life. So I ended up talking about that. I didn't expect. I mean, it's probably better than just fucking jokes. Like, and that would have been exhausting, and it probably wouldn't have been that fulfilling either. So, I'm glad it's doing that. And, I think I'm going to leave it there. It's a slightly shorter episode than the last one, but I'm feeling pretty worn out just from being so fucking up and down. I'm just happy that I've managed to do this much, really. So much love to everyone out there, everyone listening, and one last thing. One last thing is I've created an email for this podcast. So if you hear this and anything, like, you want to get sober, you want to, you want me to talk about something, you want shout out to your brand or something, and we can work together, please send all your emails to the Moss-Cast@gmail.com. That's one word, the Moss-Cast, all lowercase. I think all emails are lowercase, @gmail.com. And I'd like to start building a bit of a reciprocal thing. I know it's still early days, but I'd like to build a bit of a reciprocating thing with listeners and myself, because it builds a connection. I'm a big fan of podcasts. I really like Theo Von's. I really like Joe Rogan's. I like Bill Burr's. And one of the good sections, one of my favorite sections in those things is, or particularly in Bill Burr and Theo Von, is that they get call-ins and stuff, and they're constantly getting sort of interaction with people, and that's also another thing I'd like to do with this thing. So send any questions, topics you want me to talk about, anything. If you want me to work, we can work brand wise or anything like that. questions, queries, everything, just send it all to the mosscast@gmail.com. Alright, I'm sending love out to everybody, my friends. I don't want to have no enemies. I'm sending out love to everyone, man. I'm sending love to every single person, man. Yeah. And take care. Easy.